Hey guys, Aaron here with Equifirst Lending. I wanted to make a quick video to talk about discount points and lender credit, or buy down points and lender credit. This is a time where rates are near historic lows, so it's very important to understand how these items work. And I won't go into a deep dive as far as spending 30 minutes explaining it, but I wanted to give you guys some information so you have an understanding and some key questions that you would want to ask any loan officer that you're working with to obtain a mortgage quote. So in this rate chart I have here, the first column will show our interest rates, and it goes from the lowest interest rate down to the highest. Here, the second column is the corresponding, what we call APR, annual percentage rate. All right, and that amount usually is a little slight higher than the interest rate that's quoted, because if anything's being financed into the loan, it will be taken into account here. This column here is our discount points or lender credit column. So you'll see numbers here in parentheses. Don't focus on these percentages in front for right now. Look at the numbers here in parentheses. The ones where there's no negative signs in front, these are what's called the buy down or discount points. It will cost us money to actually obtain this rate. Anywhere there's a negative, that means we will actually get a lender credit back for these particular interest rates. So you can see it's like a scale. It starts off, the lowest rate is going to cost the most in discount points, and then it kind of trickles down here. And then we get to the point where we get to what's called a par rate. It's not showing on here because it's between these two numbers. But once we cross over the par rate, we go into the lender credit territory, where we will actually get money back to offset our closing costs from the lender, the higher the rate we go. This last column here is our monthly P&I, or principal and interest portion of our payment. So keep in mind, this is not including taxes and insurance. This is just the principal and interest portion. So to give you guys a quick breakdown, one question you want to ask anytime you're getting a quote is, am I getting the rate, or is the rate you're quoting me my par rate, or is it a rate with discount points or lender credits? And that's a very specific question and very important question, because what happens quite often is we're in an environment where everybody wants the lowest rates. And so when you get a quote, they'll say, hey, I can get you a 3% or 2.85%. 2.75%, maybe even lower in some cases, right? But what you're not being privy to is that, hey, it's going to cost me quite a bit of discount points to get that, all right? And when we're looking at what the, kind of the scale here, we'll see that in 2.875% in this particular scenario will cost this borrower almost $5,000 to get this rate, in addition to his normal closing costs, all right? But if he decided to get a 3.375% rate, then he will actually get back $338 that offset his closing costs. What difference does that make in payment? In this particular scenario, the higher rate will give him a payment of $884 a month, roughly. The lower payment will give him $829, so that's about a $54 a month difference. Now, to some, that's a pretty big deal. To most, it's probably not that big a deal. It won't be a deal breaker, I should say. All right. But are you willing to pay extra, almost $5,000 to save $54 a month? That's a very, very important question that you want to ask yourself. But again, the higher the rate is, the more money you can actually get to offset closing costs. All right. So you'll hear some folks tell you, hey, this is a no closing cost mortgage. More than likely, you're getting a higher rate to get a lender credit back to offset those closing costs, so you're not bringing much, if anything, out of pocket at closing, or it's not being wrapped into your loan. All right. So this is just a quick, introduction or a preview as to how rates work. Most people will quote you a rate somewhere on this scale, and you can always ask, and I would encourage you to ask, hey, is this my par rate? One, is this the rate giving me where I have to pay discount points for? Two, or is this a rate where I'm actually getting a lender credit back? All right, and these again are the corresponding monthly payments. So if you have any questions, please reply back or leave it in the comment section. We love to answer any questions for you. We're licensed in the entire state of Florida, so we can help you out if you're in that state. If you're not, I know a network of mortgage brokers around the country that are awesome and that can help you with your lending needs. Aaron with Equifirst Lending. Thanks for your time, guys, and have a great day.